Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. Today we're going to do a lot of our favorite things and we're going to solve problems that we have. First of all, we love smoked food. Well, this solves that problem. Second of all, we love Mexican food. Solves that problem. Third of all, we love enchiladas. This certainly solves that problem. Problem number 4 is, due to the natures of our jobs, we always don't arrive home at the same time. Sometimes one or two of us is late, then we have to end up eating rewarmed food. This solves that problem too. So what we're making today is Enchiladas Suizas, which translates into Swiss enchiladas. Now, we're going a step further. We're doing smoked Enchiladas Suizas. So, Swiss enchiladas. What does that mean? I'm going to put Swiss cheese on them? No, absolutely not. The Swiss influence, which came from Swiss immigrants to Mexico in the 1860s, combining two great culinary techniques of the Swiss and the Mexican, came up with this. So the Swiss influence is going to give us a creamy sauce and a lot of cheese. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Not at all. Let's get it going. First of all, the smoke component. I have here my boneless, skinless chicken thighs that have been sitting in some Sweetwater Spice Company Trace Chili's brine overnight. What we're going to do is get these out of the brine. We're going to hit them with one of our favorite rubs, which is Cattleman's Grill Mexicano. I get both of these from All Things Barbecue at atbbq.com out of Wichita, Kansas. Absolutely love that place. Gonna get that light dusting and then get them out on the smoker and let them go at 225 degrees. My YS640 pellet grill is set out there at 225, so that means I need to let those set there about an hour to come up to the right temperature and plenty of time to smoke up that incredible smoke flavor. So I'm gonna get that prepared and then we'll move on to making the sauce. So the chicken's on the smoker doing its thing. Now we're going to get the sauce together. First of all, I'm going to take a medium onion. This is a large one, so I got about 3/4 of it. Going to use that. I'm going to cut this into about 1/2-inch planks. After discarding that outer papery skin, going to set this on a baking sheet, along with about 2 pounds of tomatillos. These have been dehusked, and then the sticky stuff has been rinsed off of them. As always with Mexican food, you got options. How much heat do you want? If you want a good amount of heat, then you can use about 3 serrano peppers at this point. We like a little bit of bite, but we love flavors. What I have here is 1 jalapeno and 1 poblano. We're going to set these on our baking sheet. My oven right now is on broil high. The rack is up to the top level. I'm going to let it go for about 6 minutes. And then we're going to take everything, flip it over, give it another 6 minutes. Get this good and charred and delicious. Our broiled veggies have been sitting for about 10 minutes so I don't burn my sensitive paws. Now we're going to take them and shuck them in the blender, but we've got to do a little bit of prep with a few of them first. The tomatillos, the skin is going to peel off very easily. Now, you don't have to get the whole thing, and some people like some chard in there to give it that those black specks in your sauce. So don't stress about it. Get most of it off, but you certainly don't have to get it all off. So peel that off and then shuck them in the blender. Now for the onions, I'm just going to rough chop these, about quarter them. Now your peppers, again, you got choices. You want it spicier, keep the seeds in. You want flavor but not spice, take the seeds out. So I'm going to peel off the skin as best I can, and then we're going to get these de-seeded and chucked in the blender also. Once again, don't stress about getting every single bit of the skin off. And do add any collected juices you had in that pan from your broiling. That is flavor gold there. All right, this we're going to get all blended up until it's smooth. Now we're going to do some prep for a future step. I have some Mexican crema here. I have 2 cups of chicken broth that I'm going to need. So I'm going to get 1/2 cup of Mexican crema added to that. Oh, this sauce is going to be amazing. All right, now to the stove. Just pulled the chicken off the smoker. It is smelling absolutely amazing. I'm gonna let that cool as I get the sauce prepared. So I have a saucepan here with about 2 tablespoons of veggie oil in it. As soon as that shimmers, we'll get to the next step. Okay, it is shimmering. Be careful with this step because there could be some splattering. We'll find out. But pour it away from you, not towards you. There's a little bit there, but if you pour it quickly, you'll get all of that oil covered before it starts shooting tomatillos up in the air. So now for the next 8 to 10 minutes, we are going to stir this almost continually until we get it thickened up. We're looking for about the consistency of tomato paste. Now I know that seems a little thick for enchilada sauce, but remember we have that chicken broth and crema to add to it at the end. All right, as I'm thickening up the sauce here, the director is going to get the tortillas ready. She's going to take the tortilla and she's going to paint both sides of the first one with some veggie oil. Now, the director cares deeply about our environment and a potential vegetable oil shortage. So what she's going to do now is take the second tortilla and just lay it on top of that first one. Then she's only going to paint the top side of this next one, because the first one's going to get the oil from that top side of the previous one. And then she's going to continue that until she has all of our tortillas painted. You may have seen tortilla painting before, but few do it as well as the director. Now she's going to take her stack of tortillas, put it in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, but not seal it. When we're ready, this is going to help to make our tortillas pliable so they don't break when we make our enchiladas. Alrighty, now my lovely assistant is going to cut up the chicken into bite-sized chunks so we can put it in the enchilada. Alright, so our sauce is thickened up. Been stirring it for 8 or 9 minutes. Now in goes in our chicken broth and crema mixture. We're going to get that all stirred in together and then bring this to a simmer to get everything melted together. And then we'll just stir it occasionally at that point. We are at the important moment, enchilada constructions. The beautifully painted tortillas that the director did such an impeccable job on, these are going in the microwave for 1 minute. Remember, do not seal it. The steam needs to be able to escape from the bag. All right, as those are cooking, we are going to take 1 ladleful of our incredible sauce. We're going to put it on our chicken and then get that all mixed together. Now, here is your secret weapon to solve your problem of people showing up at different times. Oven-safe plates. So in each one of these, I'm going to put a little bit of enchilada sauce in the bottom just to cover that. Before I do that, the tortillas are now done. I'm going to pull those out. Chicken goes in for 1 minute. All right. A little bit of sauce. Oh God, this smells good. A little bit of sauce. A little bit of sauce. And a little bit of sauce. Now we're going to grab 2 tortillas, and you can see they're very pliable. And they're a little hot. Ouch. Okay, we got our chicken. My oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, because Celsius, it'll just ruin this whole thing, so don't do that. All right, so into each one of my enchiladas goes my chicken. Now we're going to roll those up gently and lovingly place them side by side in our oven-safe dish. Okay, I'm going to repeat that with the other 3. So now, important step. We're going to ladle on sauce to each one of those. You need to cover every bit of the tortillas, otherwise you're just going to have a hard, dry spot. Nobody wants that. Now you can make these all at one time like I'm doing, or you can see the beauty of it. You can do them one at a time as each person arrives. That part's done. Now top them with some cheese that melts real well. You can use Monterey Jack. You can use some kind of Mexican blend. You can use Oaxaca. That's a good one. You know, if you have a Mexican grocery store in your town, and Walmart also stocks up Mexican food pretty well, get yourself some Chihuahua cheese. This region of Mexico is known for making incredible white melty cheeses. And I was lucky enough to find it at my Mexican grocery store. So, don't be shy on this part. Remember, these are Enchiladas Suizas. And the Swiss, they like their cheese. Now you guessed it, these go in the oven until the cheese is melted. Depends on your oven, could take 5 minutes, could take 10 minutes. Keep the light on, keep an eye on them, because you don't want to screw these up. Hey, as we're waiting for this last step, remember, if you're liking what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. What is your favorite kind of enchiladas? We'd love to know. Might give them a try. All right, it's out of the oven. We're letting it cool down a little bit. Dress it up with a little bit of crema and some chopped cilantro to make it pop and look fresh. Ah, very nice. Yeah, my bottle exploded on me. Remember, if you shake it, it's going to put it under pressure. Anyway, if you do a lot of cooking of Mexican food, you do want to invest in one of these so you can put your crema on your food and make it look pretty. All right, time for the moment of truth. The director knows her enchiladas. She knows her chicken enchiladas. It's her favorite. Let's see how we did. Remember, the plate is mucho calor. That's hot, I think. Well, how'd we do?
Very good. I have a new favorite.
Oh my gosh. She is very religious about her chicken enchiladas. She loves the creamy sauce and everything. Really? We did it.
I think so, yeah.
Awesome. Hey, there you go. Definitely give this a try. You know, it wasn't all that difficult, and it does solve those problems of when different people of your family show up at different times. So, I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. Until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.